What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March 11th. Happy Monday, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, there's not really anything coming out today that's going to disrupt the broader market. Rather, a lot of last minute jitters going into CPI, which is tomorrow. So no doubtably, you're going to see a lot of volatility across the board. And especially during power hour, you probably will see a pullback in a lot of stocks. Futures are slightly red. Fear and greed index is also pulling down at 66. So people's appetite for risk is starting to diminish. And when it comes to companies unveiling the earnings, there isn't anything so far pre-market that's going to disrupt the broader market. Oracle is after hours, but even if they are negative, I feel like it can't really influence the broader market. But getting right to it though, a lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on do have a very much abnormal amount of volume getting in. So especially with the last minute jitters, could be a good thing. So starting off with Mesoblast Limited, tickers MESO. It is up 18.6% pre-market. This is what they do. So pause it, read through it. It is based out of Australia. And seasonality, with us being in March, over the last 10 years, it does yield usually 2.3%. And this is the news that actually caused it to go up. So more of a FDA rubber stamp approval. This came out yesterday at 6.54, but of course with this being an Australian company, that's why. But beside the point, biotechs absolutely love this. So when it comes down to shorting, this company is not heavily shorted, very much minimal, if anything. So 0.06% of the free float is being shorted, so they're not really going to play a part in today. And if you're looking at trading this, very wide gap, so just be aware of that. So $1.62 and $4.79 will be the next strong resistance and support levels. So it's probably not going to touch either of them. So just be kind of cautious when you get in, because it is going to have a lot of volatility, as biotechs usually do. Moving on to stock number 2, Coinbase. So that is up 6.69%. Jefferies just gave a pretty kick-ass rating. So these are some of the ratings that just came out down the pipeline. It doesn't actually show the Jefferies one just yet, because most likely it hasn't updated behind the scenes. Last one was 3 days ago. Barclays $146. DBS 170, but you can kind of see based on the news right here. So it looks like Jefferies did increase their price target from 160 to 245. So that's one of the factors that is causing Coinbase to go up pre-market, and a lot of big money, like I said. In case you don't know what Coinbase does, which I'm pretty sure everyone does at this stage, but if you don't, you can pause it and read through it. As far as shorts, they're not really doing all that much, so they're kind of increasing about 50 shares. 7.79% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 14.97 million shares overall are being shorted. And just to give you a quick overview, similar to the last company, very wide gaps Coinbase has ran up, so very wide gaps between the fib levels, so it's going to be a lot of volatility. So with it at $273 pre-market, you'll want to watch for it to break above this 274, but given the negativity that's in the market, I don't feel it'll be justified to really break above that. So again, just trade accordingly. But moving on to stock number 3, PIK Corp, tickers PIK. It is up pretty significantly, 254% pre-market. This is what they do. So under the apparel retail sector, based out of the States. And oddly enough, when it comes down to this company, I have not seen any news, no SEC filings to really justify why this company is up. They did do a reverse stock split on the 7th right here, a 1-for-5. So unless this is somehow shorts returning or doing something, I'm not really sure. But based on right now, like, it's a very low float as well. So 7,000 shares is being shorted. 1.61% of the free float is being shorted overall. So most likely today's bump up isn't attributed to shorts or anything. So it's kind of weird, as well as shorts aren't increasing or whatsoever. So maybe this 200 and something percent increase is kind of justified, but with it up as much as it is, it's going to be breaking all the, there's no point looking at fib levels, of course, because it is just crazy high. So just watch for the hold numbers. So of course, $10 for the next strong resistance, and vice versa, 9, and then 850 and 8 if it does pull down and retrace lower. Moving on to stock number 4, good old Nvidia. So that one is down 0.86% pre-market. market. No actual news, no SEC filings. Shorts right now aren't doing all that much, so it looks like they're increasing about 39 shares. So maybe shorts are just taking a break on Monday, but 1.17% of the free float is being shorted. 27.56 million shares overall are being shorted, and through Interactive Broker, short availability does indicate more than 10 million shares is available to be shorted. So all in all, definitely a lot of growth stocks is going to be looking to Nvidia, especially the semi sector, because Nvidia pulled back on Friday for just most likely profit taking and just again last minute jitters on just the multiples being relatively high. And so of course Nvidia has a lot of eyes on it, so if it does start to pull down, then people's appetite for risk I think in turn will go down. But with it at 867 pre-market, it is trading between this R1 and this R2. So 823 will be the next strong support that you'll want to watch for, and then 872 is going to be that next strong resistance. And so potentially if it is able to get back into this R2 to this R3, then you could see a nice bump up associated to that. But again, watch for that $872 range to kind of hold or break above. And finally, SoFi. So even though I'm not really covering SoFi so much under this channel, there is a lot of volume getting in. So I don't know if that means something coming from an institutional standpoint, but it is up 0.91%. No news, no SEC filings. So last news was on March the 5th, and then no SEC filings. So last one was done on March the 8th. Aside from that, shorts, I'll give you a quick overview of that. So shorts have been really increasing in SoFi over the last little bit. So similarly, they're not doing all that much. So increasing a very small amount. 18.51% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 168.93%. Shorts have definitely started a very upward trend by getting back in. So they're starting to get back to, I guess, SPAC levels for SoFi. So again, something to kind of consider. And if you're looking at trading it with it at $7.77, it is trading between this S2 and this S1. So in comparison to a lot of other growth stocks, clearly it is lagging. A lot of the ones I've been bringing up are in the higher percentile, but $7.47 will be that next strong support, and then $7.88 will be that next strong resistance, which I do believe it was temporarily above pre-market. So again, something to kind of just watch for. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks as well. What is your thoughts on the broader market? Do you think that there is going to be a pullback, or what's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.